This video covers my final contribution to the Warhammer 40k on TTS community. I still have ideas for projects, but after more than 7 months of passionate, almost fanatical work on TTS map collating, organising, developing and designing, I feel I have definitely contributed enough and should probably get on with other things, like painting my grey plastic, and actually playing some games regularly again, possibly rejoining a narrative crusade group. During this time, a couple of people asked me if I had a PayPal, which I did not, and one wonderful person sent me a small gift voucher which cheers me up every time I think of it, that someone appreciated my contributions enough to metaphorically shout me a drink. So I've added a Ko-fi link below in case anyone else feels my contributions, including probably over 150 hours work on this final project, which I still need to make a one-world version of, is worth the donation. I thank you in advance. I hope you all continue to enjoy my work, and thank you for feedback to help me improve this tournament map set and resolve any problems or issues with it. There is 5 basic terrain piece types in this map set, though I am considering expanding that to 7 to 9, by changing from 2 types of ruins, a small and a large, to 4 types. A central windows open type, with the current traits of scalable, breachable, light cover and obscuring, as well as a closed no windows type for ruins terrain in deployment zones, that also has the defensible and heavy cover keywords. Also possibly changing the woods and vents terrain types, depending on what they are, to only sometimes have the light cover trait. The map set attempts to resolve issues I have seen brought up, mostly by other people, in online TTS tournaments over the past 5 months. These issues including: Number 1. World Teams Championship maps, mission combos, layouts, putting Dawn of War style long edge deployment missions and Hammer and Anvil style short edge deployment missions on the same table terrain asset layouts, meaning 2 of the 8 missions will have far worse cover for deployment zones, and game results be far more heavily decided by who wins the go first roll-off. I have resolved this issue by picking and modifying terrain layouts to specifically suit deployment zones and objective marker locations for each individual mission. Number 2. Too many maps. The WTC map set had 8 map terrain layouts for each mission. To resolve this issue, I have reduced this to 3 terrain layouts for each mission. Number 3. Not enough dense cover with enough effect on matches. What little there was on the few tables with it was mostly around the edges. I resolved this issue by adding some dense cover to most maps in locations other than the edges. Number 4. Wobbly tilted models on terrain and objectives resolved by making my ruins and other assets as flat as possible, and also assets and objectives being as flush to the table as possible. Number 5. Inability to see area terrain edges through the 19 cm control zone markers that have begun to be used in most TTS tournament groups. I have resolved this by merging this new objective location marker style with the old object markers into a 3-state objective and control zone marker. Number 6. The breachable keyword, terrain asset, on woods blocking movement for units other than infantry, beasts and swarms. I've resolved by adding dense and traversable to vent-style terrain in the center of the tables. Number 7. Lack of terrain using defensible and heavy cover terrain keywords. I have not resolved this, but I am testing this idea on GT Mission 11's 3 Necron-themed tables, with a different small ruin type in deployment zones, but not necessarily all ruins in deployment zones yet, hoping to get lots of feedback from the community on this one. As I already mentioned, if most people like this addition, I may add it to large ruins as well, though that will be a huge task making windows in all the large ruins to differentiate the types. This pack is still in beta stage. I hope to have it out of beta within a month, with the help of feedback from the community. I sincerely hope I am not still finding problems such as forgetting to mirror a terrain piece no one else spotted and let me know about in half a year's time. I need to build a new biomatter reclamation pool for the center of GT31 Table 1, as the current piece cannot be a mirror. The ancient forest ruins I may need to remove a lot of the high growth fluff immersion foliage to make actual important terrain asset borders more visible. I need to make the Eldar terrain obstacle asset into an oval At present, it takes up too much space, particularly in the deployment zone of Table 2. I am concerned by animated assets, scorpions crawling across the desert, spinning tornadoes, Necron scabs skittering by, alien movie footage, orcs yelling WAG at each other from the safety behind ruined walls, orcs smashing space moons in Dawn of War 1 and 3 footage, hot mud geezers, animation, Tau holograms and webway gate access portals, maybe too much for some people's PCs to handle. There is also horror and gore footage on one of the Khorne maps from the movie Event Horizon. This is your content warning for that. I'm also concerned about the same thing with my animated objective markers. Idea courtesy of Trevi when I showed him my other animations. If you have issues due to these animations, please let me know, because if several people do, I will make a version of the maps without the animations. Some ruins may currently have base floors of ruins visible outside the wall. They are not currently supposed to, although I do personally like ruins having a skirt of cover on the outside as being more realistic, that when a structure collapses, rubble falls outside as well as inside the building for cover. However, to reiterate, ruins only currently give cover inside the outer walls. If a small amount of ruin area base is visible outside the wall, it does not give light cover. I will go through, locate and resolve these issues over the next few weeks. I hope to make a PDF with colour images of my terrain types, though I do not currently know how to do this. Thank you for watching. Hope you continue to enjoy my work and real life is good to you. If you do decide to support my work, I am extremely grateful. You'll have given me joy for months and entire years to come.